Pastor, you said that when you got back from Canada, you was gonna tell the saints that you're gonna give us something to help us out when you got back.
A question?
Yeah, the question. Yeah. So.
Oh, you referring to those video series I did with the Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah, to give us some strength. Yeah, to give us some power. You call it punching power or some firepower.
Yeah, you know, in this world, over in Matthew 24, you don't have to go there. Just we have them read that right there. It talks about Matthew 24:14 talks about the gospel of the kingdom. But before he goes in to start talking about the gospel of the kingdom, he starts telling us to beware of false prophets and beware of false teachers and false, you know, all these people that because they're going to come to you in wolves and sheep clothing, they're going to deceive you and do all these other things. And so one of their main doctrines out there, and you got to understand, I believe that those people who call themselves Hebrew Israelites, you know, I know we're Hebrew Israelites, you follow me?
Yes, sir.
But you can tell by their spirit, their character and their nature, the majority of these camps, I personally believe that they're Edomites. Just because of their nature, their character, the way they act. And I prove that by the book, because we're supposed to have a certain spirit inside of us. And that's supposed to be the same spirit or the same Rawach that the Father has, because we all should be born from one spirit. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So they have this doctrine out there of calling Esau the white man. And they also say that you know, you shouldn't intermingle, you shouldn't mix, they shouldn't live with you, shouldn't marry, and all this other stuff, okay? But if that's the case, then how did Moses end up marrying a Midianite and a Cushite? Are you following me?
Yes,
because they don't have any understanding. When he's married these Midianites, the Cushites, and the Kenite, all right, when he married these people, where they're forgetting or they do it on purpose is that they don't give you the whole roll. They eat some of the roll and give you what they have eaten, but they're not eating the whole roll. And so they forget about all the people that comes into this covenant, that the Most High God teaches us to treat them a certain way. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 17, and you get Leviticus 19, verse 33 and 34. We'll start there first, all right?
Word.
So Deuteronomy chapter
17.
10, verse 17, and let's read what the book has to say.
It says, "For the Lord Elohim is Elohim of the Elohims, and Lord of lords, and great."
Just read it for what it is, because people are familiar with King James.
Okay.
Go ahead.
For the Lord your God is God of gods, and Lord of lords, great God, and a mighty and a terrible which regardeth not persons, nor taketh reward.
All right, so we see that he's terrible. He's a mighty, terrible, vicious, also a loving kind God, but he don't regard no man's person. He's no respecter of persons, right? He starts off saying that, then he immediately goes off into this. Read.
And he says, he doeth execute the judgments of the fatherless and widows, and loveth the stranger.
Now this is the same Elohim, the same mighty one, Almighty Yahweh himself, said he executes judgment of the fathers and the widows, and it says that he loves the stranger. But they telling you that you don't love these people. See, and the whole purpose he said that, and it's over and over again, he reminds us in the Torah that, and we forget this. We forget that there was a time that we were in captivity. We're in exile right now. And he was trying to tell the Israelites back then that don't you forget that you were strangers in Egypt. And remember how you were treated. And so don't you treat these Israelites, or don't you treat these strangers the same way you were treated. And then he's giving you his own mind about the stranger. Now the stranger is not Israelites. The stranger is someone of other nations that's coming to this covenant.
Yes, sir.
All right, not all the strangers that's out there that don't even want to come to this covenant, because all of them are like spittle, like dust, like dung, don't mean nothing to them. You follow me? But the ones that embrace this covenant, that come to this covenant, the Most High has a different attitude towards them than he does these people out here on these modern day street corners, lying to everybody, causing racism and discrimination, overthrowing the faith of many because they don't know these scriptures.
Yes, sir.
You follow me? It's easy for them to battle and beat up people who don't know the order of this word. Keep reading that. Let's read a little bit more.
And it says, in giving him food and remnant, Love ye therefore the strangers.
Now he's commanding us therefore to love the stranger. He says, not only do I love the strangers, but I give them food and raiment. But not only that, I'm commanding you to love the strangers. Read on.
For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
You see that?
Wow.
We're supposed to remember our plight. We're not supposed to do like these people have done to us, because the day of vengeance is coming. The day of vengeance of that. And what we forget more than anything is that the condition and the plight that we're in, we put our own selves there. Our ancestors put ourselves there. So a lot of times we find ourselves fighting against the Most High Yah by vexing and being vindictive against other people who are set up to do exactly what they were created to do. You understand me? Because Yah even told us that we were so bad, our ancestors, that he said, we got to the point that he said he even abhorred his inheritance. He abhorred his people. That's how wicked we were. You follow me? Read Leviticus 19:33 and 34.
It says, and if the stranger sojourn with thee.
So if you got a stranger that's sojourning with you, he's with you, come on.
Thee in your land, ye shall not vex him.
You should not what?
Vex him.
What are them people doing out there on those street corners? Now we know that this is not our land. Even our own land, we lost it because we were so wicked and disobedient. But the Torah giving us instructions to not even vex the stranger. And what do these people do? You see them back. See, I keep saying they ain't got the Rawach. They ain't got the Spirit of God. Because over here in Deuteronomy 10, verse 17, 18, 19, we see that Yah himself says that he loves the stranger. And he tells us to love the stranger. Not only that, but he provides for him. Then over here is teaching us to not even vex the stranger in Leviticus 19:33 and 34. Keep reading, Brother Daniel.
It says, but the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you.
Isn't that something? So the stranger that dwell with you shall be as one that is what? Born among you. Now, if you one that's born among us, are you following me? That means you're an Israelite.
That's right.
You know, he never discriminated. You remember when Ruth said to Naomi, says, your people will be my people. Your God will be my God. Are you following me? He has never stopped the conversion of the nations from coming over to actually be Israel. One law. Statutes and commandments for all of us. There ain't no different set of laws for us and then them. You understand what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That's what the book says. That's what he says himself. Go to Ezekiel 47, chapter 47, verse 21. And see, it's easy for them to overcome people out there on the streets, because what is it for me to get out here on this street corner and then start debating a bunch of Christians that only know John 3:16? What kind of fight is that? You understand what I mean? That's like an adult fighting a little bit of 4-year-old child. You get it?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, read Ezekiel 47:21.
So shall ye divide this land unto you according to the tribes of Israel. And it shall come to pass that ye shall divide it by lot for an inheritance unto you and to the strangers.
And to the who?
The strangers.
And to the who?
The strangers.
Now, always, you people out there in the listening audience, always read it in context. Get the context of the whole entire story to see exactly what the book is talking about, because context always destroys false doctrine. All right, so, but you see it right here that we're dealing with lot and inheritance. Lot and inheritance that's going to be divided amongst Israel and the what?
To the strangers.
And to the stranger, read.
That sojourn among you.
That sojourn. So if these people were Edomites, if they were detestable things and people of other nations that Yah is counted as dung and spittle and everything else, then why would they be with us? You understand what I mean?
Yes, sir.
In other words, these are different type of people. These are type of people that receive the message. These are the type of people that says, you know what, I'm leaving my pagan ways, I'm leaving all them heathen ways, and I'm coming over and following y'all as y'all follow y'all Elohim. Read on.
Which shall beget children among you, and they shall be unto you as born in the country.
Isn't that something? Isn't that what the Torah said?
Yes, sir.
So Ezekiel is repeating exactly what the Torah just got
Yes,
finished
sir.
saying. Read on.
Born in the country among the children of Israel. They shall have inheritance with you among the tribes of Israel.
The stranger's going to have an inheritance
Yes, sir.
with us amongst the children of Israel?
Yes, sir. That's what the book says.
Now, if they are not our people and they ain't the same as we are, then why ain't y'all discriminating against them? How is it that they're going to have an inheritance amongst us? Just like the prophet Isaiah said, we're the ones that charged to be a light to the Gentiles. How are they going to receive this light? How are they going to receive this message right here if we're only preaching the Israelites? It's amazing, isn't it? Keep reading.
And it shall come to pass that in what tribe the stranger sojourneth.
So, in what tribe the stranger sojourneth?
Yes, sir.
In other words, a stranger can actually pick a tribe he wants to go in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, wait a minute now. Think about that for a second. Whatever tribe he sojourned, he can look out and say, oh, okay, I'll go in that tribe. Read on.
What tribe the stranger sojourneth, there shall ye give him his inheritance.
Wait a minute. How he get an inheritance just by coming and joining? He didn't have nothing. He wasn't born with us and everything. How he going to get an inheritance? See, Yah's perspective is totally different than these people's perspective. And when you people make the mistake of receiving men's personage for admiration and gain, or receiving someone just because they look like you, but they don't have the spirit of Yah, you're in trouble. You're in big time trouble. Read on.
There shall ye give him his inheritance, saith the Lord God.
So you give him an inheritance.
Yes, sir.
You hear that?
Yes, sir.
Now, when we deal with, everybody know Matthew 28:19, right? Go and teach all nations. Notice it didn't discriminate. It says teach all nations. Israel's the ones who's charged to teach. Teach all nations. Baptize in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, right? Then when you go over to Mark 16, same message. Same message. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. He that believeth not shall be damned. Same message. You go over to Luke 24. Go to Luke 24, verse 45 and 46.
Says, then opened he their understanding.
Now, mind you, the context of this, Yashua has just got finished being resurrected. He's been seen 40 days by many infallible proofs. These people were walking on the road to Emmaus. And they didn't even know that they was actually talking to Yashua, who had risen from the dead. Are you following me? He didn't even know that they was talking to him. And after he had disappeared, when they turned and looked, and they said, did not our heart burn? Did not our heart burn? Because he was giving them a message. Read that again. Start from the, go ahead.
Then opened he their understanding, that they might understand the scriptures.
So the scriptures must have already talked about this then. And you'll read that in Isaiah 50, but keep going.
And said unto them,
What did he say?
thus it is written, and thus it behoved Christ to suffer and to rise from the dead the third day.
Same message. Same message as Matthew, and then you go and finish reading it all. It tells you the same message about salvation or the gospel of the kingdom. Get Romans 11:26. We're gonna go ahead and cut this thing off. I'll be here all morning long, man. Once you get started. Romans 11:26.
Okay, Romans 11:26. It says, and so all of Israel shall be saved.
Now, according to, go to Exodus 12, verse 48 and 49. So, all of Israel shall be saved.
All should be saved, yes.
That includes a mixed multitude that came out of Mizraim.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And we just heard what Yah said himself about the stranger, the sojourner. Not the pagan heathen ones that reject him, but the ones that receive him.
Yes, sir.
You follow me?
Yes, sir. Wow.
Finish reading that.
It says, and it says, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob.
Y'all get that?
Yes, sir.
Now, mind you, these people are included. He said, all Israel shall be saved. I don't know where these people get off calling them names Christians, Messianics, Muslims, and all this other stuff when the book is written to Israelites. It's written for Israelites.
Yes, sir.
And even when people come into this, they come into an Israelite covenant. They don't come in a covenant, a Roman covenant from somebody way up here in the Asia Minor. You know what I mean? And they take our Bible and translate it, then they give us a brand new religion that Christ didn't even mention or the apostles didn't know about. It's sickness. Read Exodus 12, 48 and 49.
And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee.
And when a stranger shall what?
Sojourn with thee.
Come on.
And will keep the Passover
And
to
would
the
keep
Lord.
what mean keeping the Passover?
Yes, sir.
You
Keep
mean
the
telling white
Passover.
folk can keep the Passover
Yes,
with
sir.
us?
Yes,
Japanese folks can keep the Passover with
Yes,
us?
sir.
They strangers after the similitude they taught?
Yes, sir.
Isn't that right? Read on.
Let all his males be circumcised.
What? I thought only Israelites could be
Let
circumcised.
all his males
All
be
males be
circumcised.
circumcised, showing the sign of the covenant of Abraham. That y'all made with Abraham. Come on.
And then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land.
I don't care where you go, bro, Gideon, in this Torah right here. He keeps saying that they're going to be as one born in the land, meaning an Israelite.
Wow. Yes, sir.
If you're one born in the land, that means this is a blood covenant. You're a part of the people then.
Yes, sir.
That's why the message of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. We'll receive the spirit of adoption. You get it?
Yes, sir.
They come on and be grafted right on into this covenant. Because we're charged to be ministers to the nations, not the nations ministering to us. That's why y'all abhorred us, because when we looked out and saw the nations, we wanted to be like them, thinking we're missing out on something. And it led us into idolatry, paganism, heathenism, all this junk. You get it? Keep reading.
For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that
How many
sojourn
laws?
among you. One law.
One law. So where they get this Sunday from? Huh? And whether these people on these street corners looking like a bunch of damn rejected Power Rangers, what do they get out here on the street corner vexing these people, oppressing these people, because they cracked the whip on our people, which we the ones deserve that. They don't understand that was Yah's judgment for us.
Yes, sir.
He said he was going to scatter us amongst the nations.
Yes, sir.
Because we had no respect for the covenant. And now we're in this time of restoration. You see, these scriptures will hurt you. And see, that's the reason why, and all you Gentiles out there that are coming over this covenant, you don't want to get out there on these street corners trying to battle with these people. You don't want you, this is the reason for this video right here, is to give all you Israelites that are caught up in that false doctrine maybe a little help of deliverance, to get out from under all that tyranny and all those lies and all those spiritual oppressions and get free from this and get that hate out of your dang heart.
Yes, sir.
If you think you're going to be in the kingdom strapping people up to posts and stuff and whipping them and beating them and carrying on and hanging them and dragging them behind your chariots, man, you out of your mind. Not in the kingdom. There's a day of judgment that Yah is going to take care of these nations, but not the one that loves Yahweh Elohim like we do.
Yes, sir.
The ones that come with us, because they will be just like us.
Yes, sir.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So if there ain't no such thing as, we ain't supposed to be doing a race mixing, that's what they call it. You don't know how many times we define it. Then how did Abraham marry Keturah? Have children from Keturah? Huh? How did Joseph end up turning around and marrying Pharaoh's an Egyptian?
Yes, sir.
You understand? Or Moses with the Canaanite, the Ethiopian, or the Cushite, the Moabite, and the Kenite. Is that making sense?
Yes, sir.
All this crazy discrimination and lying. See, these folks, what they doing, and I'm going to end it on this. People of melanated skin and color, what they doing, even though we know that you are the natural people of the book, the indigenous people of the land, especially those over here in Turtle Island, commonly called America. You're not going to get any honor or respect or pats on your backs for sitting up here vexing these strangers. What you need to do is humble yourself, receive this message, and get out there and get about your Father's business about preaching this gospel of the kingdom. Because remember, he said there's going to be people that's going to come and grab a hold of the skirt of Yehudim.
Yes, sir.
And say, we will follow you.
Yes, sir.
Because we know that Yah is with you. Yah ain't with these people. You see what I mean by they ain't got the same spirit? Now, what you going to do when we just got finished showing you exactly what Yah said? See, what they doing is they're playing on your pains. They playing on your hurts and your bitterness. And I keep saying, and the white man, the devil, white man, the devil. What about your people being the devil to you and putting you in this condition? And they still oppressing you. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of these people that do that, they ain't going into the kingdom. They forbid anyone who is going in from going in, and they ain't going in themselves because they twofold more the child of hell than the people that taught them. One West Doctor. You seen that stupid 12 tribe chart?
Yes.
How you gonna get 12 tribe chart just from a geographical location where it's all melanated people when he say he's gonna scatter us throughout the whole world? It's nonsensical. It don't make any sense, man. See, that's why. That's the reason why you don't see them, as our old saying go, with the old bull. The bull ain't bothering nobody. The bull's out there in the field, and then he go and practice his polygynous nature with all them heifers out there. But when that cowboy gets stirred up by looking at bull, think he gonna jump on his back and ride him. It's easy to get on, but it's hard to get off. Because sometimes, when you ever see them bull ride, that first jolt, they grab a hold of that, they try to hold on all they can until that bull just pow. That's what's going on here. What we doing is we bucking all of these lone rangers, these cowboys out there that are feeding y'all force feeding y'all a bunch of false doctrine and lies. Anyway, you heard the truth. We got to get busy. Brother Gideon got some training to do here with the people. I hope that some way, somehow, that this message right here will be an encouragement to you. Use this, but don't use this to go out there. I wouldn't even dialogue with them. Don't even use this to go out there on the street corner and to argue with these folks, because there ain't nothing you gonna do. The blind lead the blind, and they both fall in the ditch, and these people are leaders of the blind. Leave them folks alone. But you can see, these scriptures cut.
They do.
They'll hurt you. Y'all love the stranger. He commands us to love him, so I'm gonna do what y'all do.
I love the stranger.
As for me and my house, we gonna serve y'all. Y'all good?
Good. That's good.
Give a good answer?
Great answer. Great answer.
You don't know
A lot of
more?
power. I'm good.
You good? You tapping out right now.
I'll come back for later.
Come back to later. You good, Dang?
Yes, sir.
You good?
Yes, sir.
Good, sir? All right, man. All right, hey. With that, we bid y'all blessed day. We here getting ready to celebrate the Feast of Pentecost, and we got Israelites coming in from all over the place. Y'all be encouraged. Shalom, shalom, King coming.